Welcome to my channel, Just Run It, where I'm Jess and I run it. I run this channel, I run myself. Didn't run today, I'm having some patella problems, so I need to do a little bit of rehab on my knee, get it stronger. It's been an ongoing thing since I was 10 years old, so it is what it is. But I am here to preview the New York City Marathon women's division. First off, I'm really sad that Perez Jepchirchir won't be here to defend her title because she's going through an injury right now. But I am hopeful that she'll come back even stronger. Now, to who will be there. First and foremost, Helen Obiri is making her marathon debut, long awaited for me. She is the Kenyan national record holder for the 3,000 meter and the 5,000 meter. She's a former world champ, two-time world champ in the 5,000. She got a silver this year in the 10,000. She's run a 1:04 half marathon earlier this year, and she won the Great North Run for the second year in a row. Jessica, why is that significant? Why are you talking about a half marathon that happens all the way in Newcastle, England? Let me tell you. Runners who run the Great North Run are very likely to either win New York, London, or another world marathon major that same year. Take, for instance, Mary Keitany. She won the Great North Run in 2014 and 2015. What did she also win those years? The New York City Marathon. You have Vivian Cheriot. She won the Great North Run in 2018. What did she also win that year? London and New York. And then you have Bridget Kosgei, who set the course record for the Great North Run in 2019 and then went on to smash the world record that same year in Chicago. So I think winning this race spells victory for Helen Obiri. And let's not forget, she beat Perez Jepchirchir and Almaz Ayana in that race, and they're both 2:17 marathoners. So I think Helen Obiri's got a great shot at taking home the title in her first ever marathon. That's a world marathon major on one of the toughest courses in the world. She's transitioning now, moving from Kenya to Boulder, Colorado to train with the On Athletics team under Dathan Ritzenheim. And Edna Kiplagat also lives in Boulder. So I'm thinking that they'll probably be doing some long runs together, or maybe even doing some training together. Edna Kiplagat is also on the start list of this race, and she's an amazing runner to learn from. First of all, she won the New York Marathon back in 2010. It was only her second ever marathon. If you remember, she defeated both Mary Keitany and Shalane Flanagan in that race where Shalane came second. But Edna has also won Boston twice, and she's a two-time world champion, and she's been on the second place on the podium of 5 marathon majors. So she's really, really good. Oh, and she's 42. She set the Masters course record at Boston earlier this year. So winning New York would be a great birthday present for her. She turns 43 on November 15th, which is about a week after the race. And Edna always brings it. She always fights till the end. She's really known, I think, for making late moves and catching people at the end of the race. So, hey, runners, don't get too comfortable because Edna will be there picking you off. But they are going to have a really stiff competition and go to Jan Gebrselassie, the reigning world champ in the marathon. She's ranked number 1 in the marathon by World Athletics. She also won Berlin last year. She set the course record for world championships earlier this year. She's a fighter. They went out really, really hard in that world champs race, and Gotiam held on until the end. She said winning that race was like a dream, and she's so excited to come to New York and test herself on this tough course. So I know she's doing whatever it takes to get ready, and that she's been serious about her recovery and coming into this race, as it is her 3rd marathon of the year. So I always feel like anybody who's on their 3rd or 4th marathon of the year, it's probably at a slight disadvantage, having already run 2 marathons earlier this year. And we know that putting 100% effort into running a marathon just takes a lot out of your body, no matter how good shape you're in. We also have Simberi Teferi representing Ethiopia. She's won 2 races in New York earlier this year, so this could be her 3rd. She won the New York Mini 10K, and she won the NYC Half Marathon. Simberi Teferi is really known for her running on the track. She's a former world silver medalist at the World Championships in 2015, and I think that her marathon PB is in need of an update. It's only 2:24, which is like, only 2:24, that's pretty fast. But I know she can go a lot faster. She's a great runner. She's been amazing on the roads this year. She ran a 5K in 14:37 earlier this summer. So I think she has fresh legs, and she's ready to do something really special this year in New York and really show her full potential in the marathon. She'll be competing too against Lona Salpeter from Israel, who got third in the world champs earlier this year in the first ever distance running medal in general for Israel at the world championships. Lona also got third in the 10,000 meter at Europeans. She came in second at the Nagoya Marathon, right behind Ruth Chepngetich. This is also her third marathon of the year, so her legs might be a little tired, but she seems really motivated. She was so happy to win after World Champs. It was beautiful to watch her celebration and how much heart she put into that. And she said on her Instagram a couple days ago that you should never be afraid to take a calculated risk, because those who play it small never make big fortunes. So maybe she'll be making some huge late moves, and maybe she's going for Margaret Okayo's course record set back in 2003. I'm looking for big things from Lona. Viola Cheptu is also in this race. She won silver last year, second place in her first ever marathon. She's Bernard Lagat's little sister, which is a nice little fun fact. And she's a former 1,500 meter runner. And so now she's running the marathon. And I think she really excels at this distance. She's only 33 years old, so she has a lot of years ahead of her in the marathon. And the American contingent is amazing in this race as well. We have Alafine Tuliamuk, who is the reigning U.S. trials champion. She says she only has about 6 weeks of solid training under her belt, but we've seen what Alafine can do when she sets her mind to it. I think her PB is due for an update, and I think that she really thrives on tough courses, and she'll be running with her teammate Stephanie Bruce, who's running her last ever marathon because she's retiring at the end of the year in what she calls her grit finale. She's been winning all season, winning half marathons. She won a medal in the 10,000 at a meet in the Caribbean earlier this summer. She won her last half marathon in 1:11, and what her coach says was a very controlled effort. So I'm hoping that means there's a lot more in the tank for her. Chiara D'Amato is running her 4th marathon of the year. That is crazy. She's like either the recovery queen or she's really crazy. That's insane. But more power to you, girl. Like, go out there and do it while you're healthy and you can, and you have the opportunity. You might as well take advantage of it and see what you can get out of yourself. Emma Bates will be in this race, and she just set a PB at the World Champs earlier this year, running 2:23, coming 7th in the world. We'll see Lindsay Flanagan, who was the top American finisher last year with a 7th place finish, come back and try to upgrade that finish. Des Linden, 2018 Boston champ, will be here again in the streets of New York, and she says she has 10 solid weeks of training behind her. We'll see Dakota Lindworm, the Grandma's Marathon champion, see what she can do here in New York as well. So this is just going to be the best race. I think that I've been spoiled by marathon majors this fall, and New York might have actually just saved the best for last. I can't wait to see Helen's debut and how, Edna challenges her on the course and what Lona does. And of course, you have Gotayam there and Simberi Teferi and all of the American runners. This is going to be one for the books. Comment down below and, tell me, who do you think is going to win? Do you think a new course record will set? Is anybody gonna set PBs on this course? I, for one, cannot wait. I will be live streaming the race, watching several streams, because I don't like when the race gets interrupted with commercials and stuff. So I try to watch a national stream and an international stream, so I don't miss 1 second, because somehow they seem to always miss the moves, and that's the best part. You're watching for 30 minutes and you're like, you want to see the move. You're invested in this. It's a marathon. Anyway, I can't wait to watch the New York City Marathon and see who's going to win, who's going to take home the crown. I think it'll be Obiri, but we will see. Until then, remember my motto, it's only impossible until it happens.